Hey everyone, Steve here at the DJ Lab. Take a look at the Pioneer DJ DJM-A9 mixer, and this is for all you club DJs that are going to pop into the booth. You come across one of these and you haven't touched one yet, so this is going to be a great video for you. Let's go over all the things that are about the same as a 900 Nexus 2 and similar to an XDJ-AZ, and the things to touch and the things not to touch. So your on-off for the effects is pretty standard. Level depth, your timing is standard. Right there, you're going to select your effect channels, either 1, 2, 3, or 4, the mic, the crossfader A, crossfader B, or the master. Pretty straightforward. And you have the lights on there to let you know which one you've selected, just in case you don't know from looking over here. And you've got your delay, your echo, ping pong, spiral, helix, reverb, flanger, phaser, filter, triplet filter, trans, roll, triplet roll, and the Mobius. I wouldn't suggest playing around with the triplet rolls or the triplet filter, and even that Mobius can be a little bit tricky if you're not used to using it. Stick with what you know. Echoes, delays, play around a bit with your reverb, perhaps your filter, and that's what I would stick with. You've got your effects frequency select, so every time you change your effect, that will stay to where you had it set. So if you put it on one thing, it's going to be good. Most effects sound best just on mids or mids and highs. Not that many effects are really that great to be put on the lows anyways. You go up here and you got your auto, your tap, tempo, and you have the screen up there. It is not touch screen. You have your X pad to control everything under there. Let's go into the utility screen for a moment. Should be nothing too crazy that you need to do there. You can save your mixer settings, but if you just walked in the door, chances are it's just going to be set up stock. Use your time button down here to scroll through that. You can do a sound check, hit your tap button, and you can run the noise, assign your left, right, your master output, your booth. You can do all that fun stuff. You probably won't need to do that though. Go into the mixer settings and you'll see there's the balance, the master out, digital master out, booth out, mic to master peak limits, mic to booth. So you might want to change things for your microphone if your mic's not working, let's say. That would be one place to go look. Your booth out, you can change the volume of that, make it mono stereo. You can mute it when the mic is on, so you don't get that weird feedback. Digital master out, you shouldn't need to play around with that too much. And you get your master out peak limiter. You can turn that off or adjust it depending on what you need to do, if you know what you're doing. If not, just leave it alone. So that's pretty simple. You've got your insert effects, so you can run an iPad with the RMX 1000 effect processor app on this thing through the USB. And then you can select your send return channels as well too. And that's the insert, so the insert to send and return. You can also plug in your iPhone into this thing, have the DJM record app, and you can record your set. That's pretty handy. Got your master out. See those lines right there? Don't peak your stuff. Pay attention to your lines. You don't want to be redlining the hell out of this mixer. You got your booth EQ, high and low, your booth level, headphone A and B Q. So if you're doing 2 DJs at a time, you can both listen to what's going on by just selecting which one you want. Pretty straightforward. Go down there. This is important. You got your headphone A and B for a link Q and the mono split. Your mix, your master, your level, EQ curve. You want it on isolator, not EQ. Channel fader, you want to set it to where you like it. The middle makes the most sense. Crossfader, if you use it, you're going to want to do it as a cut probably. You're not going to be crossfading a blend like this. You're probably using your faders. You got your A-B select. If you're not going to use your crossfader, I suggest you put them on the through. Turn that crossfader off. You don't need to be bumping into it while you're DJing and mess things up. You got your faders. You got your other headphone jack over there for A and B. You see that? There's your A, and there's your B. You got a mic reverb if you need it. Turn your mic on and off. Push to talk. You got some mic effects. Not sure you're going to really want to get into that if you're out DJing in a club. Might sound a little bit trashy. And you have your sound color effects, space, dub echo, crush, sweep, noise filter. And you got your parameter knob right there. You don't want to crank that on too high. You're going to want to obviously play around with it and go easy. Start off at 12, work your way up. Don't crank it all the way on and hit that space. It's going to be crazy. And you see the center lock. That's something new. You can have that on or off. And what that does, it locks the center of these caps here. It feels a little bit weird. If you're not used to it, I would say turn it off because it might mess you up a little bit. But if you're used to them, turn that on. You've got your MIDI on, off, your start, stop. You don't really need that Bluetooth. You press and hold to pair it, and you select your channel, which Bluetooth you want. If you need to pair your phone, once again, not the best idea if you're out DJing, but if you're at the bar and you're the bartender and you want to play some music from the bar before the DJ shows up, this is quite handy. You got your, what else you got here? Let's get on over here. Get off the cord so I can see what's going on. You got your mic 1 and 2 and your high-low EQ on that mic talk over. You got your phantom power for the mic if you got one of those mics. And up here, pretty straightforward. USB-A, USB-B. If you're going to run Serato, plug into either one of those. If you're going to be using Serato, make sure your CDJs, their USBs are also plugged in. You're going to need a hub for all that because these Macs only have USB-C ports and they only have a couple. So make sure you bring your hub. Everything else is pretty straightforward. There's not too much to tell you. This is pretty much like a 900 Nexus 2. Very much like the XDJ-AZ. You're going to see a few little differences just in the order that the channels are, for instance, versus an XDJ-AZ. This is an amazing mixer. You're going to love it. Don't be afraid if you've never used them before. It's just like driving a car. Everything's exactly where you would expect it to be. That's it for me. Talk to you later. If you have any questions, feel free to hop into the Facebook group, The DJ Lab, and post your questions, and one of us will answer. Talk to you all soon.